kind of an interesting position to be in at day 338. I noticed yesterday, I commented quite a few videos back, maybe even 100 or 150, 200 days ago, that when I first started working at this place I'm working at, I noticed a pieces of remnants of a bag that were stuck in a tree. I remember looking at that and having some doubts about what I was doing and whether or not I had it in me to make it in this position. Everything was new and fresh, and I think doubt sometimes just come naturally with new elements. But I remember looking at that bag and saying to myself, wonder what'll be here longer, that bag in that tree or me. And we're both still here. But the funny thing is, yesterday I noticed that a bird had built a nest in the bag, and I actually talked about yesterday. It's interesting to see symbols. I think as a part of humanity, there's always been symbols, and people trying to figure out what they mean, or giving meaning to things. Maybe there's no validity to it whatsoever, but symbols have always been there for whatever reason. And so what an interesting symbol. That bag is here to nest. It's not going anywhere. It's not getting any better or worse. It's just there. And I don't want to be that. I don't want to build that nest. I'm ready to go. But that's what presents this interesting dichotomy that's going on right now. It's kind of like this day, actually. Here's another symbol. It's a beautiful day. It's mid to high 60s, maybe even low 70s, sun shining, and now all of a sudden the wind's kicking up. There's dark clouds rolling in. Obviously, it's getting ready to rain. However, there's still these bright spots of sun all over the place. I look here, there's a big heavy cloud. I look over here, it's a bright blue sky. Look over here, it's a bright blue sky, and then behind is a big heavy cloud. And that's kind of where I'm at with this, with making this jump into the business. It's like I have all this excitement, all this fresh new potential, and then all of a sudden the doubt comes in, the dark cloud comes in and moves in, and it's like this perfect swirl, almost like this day. And maybe it's just a matter of looking at it a little bit differently. The more I think about it, it may be a big mistake. I'm going into something that I know nothing about, that I have no background in, and you have those same feelings I had here 5 years ago. And the more I run the numbers, the more I crunch the numbers, the more it seems like it's not going to work. However, if it fails, I mean, what am I out? A couple of years of savings, and I'm in like the best position to do it. But the other thing is that I'm not looking at it as a journey. That's how I need to look at it. The other thing I was thinking too is, people spend $50, $60, $100,000 on an education, more than that, and then they come out and they're holding a ticket to nowhere. So me investing this money is an investment in education of sorts. So even if I fall flat on my face, I'm gonna take something from it. There's gonna be there's gonna be a return on it in some way, shape, or form, as long as I stay focused. And it's something I can get behind. It's something that I want to do. It's something that I'm gonna enjoy pursuing and enjoy trying to grow, enjoy trying to make it work. There's no doubt in my mind that I'm gonna go through some dark points. I don't look forward to that. Hopefully I've gone through enough this year and learned enough this year that I'll be able to pull myself through it. And at the same time, it feels almost so refreshing to know that, this is my last couple weeks here. It could very easily be. I mean, am I there? Am I at that point? Did everything unfold that perfectly? Is the Tao that perfect that, 338 days ago I said I don't know what I'm doing, but this is what I want to do. And now here I am, getting ready to do it. Still don't know what I'm doing, but it's nice to have gone through this cycle. It's nice to have invested this year. It's nice to kind of see some validity to all the work, all the effort that I've put in. It's funny too. Last night when I got home, I was kind of excited because I had to cut a new belt loop. I had to cut, a new hole in the belt. Take out the knife in the morning and cut a new hole. And I came home last night. Just one of those things. One of those little championing points, and I showed it to the Luna, and she pointed out to me, I thought that I had only come down 2 belt loops, and she showed me that at my highest point I was actually on the first belt loop, and there was a mark where the buckle used to sit over the loop, and I didn't even put that together. And she showed me, said, yeah, this is where you can see the marks as I went down. So it's actually, she measured it, I think it was 7 inches or 8 inches off my waist. Pretty excited about that. That's another thing that I wanted to mention too. I might as well mention that here. At the beginning of this, for years I told myself I can't run first thing in the morning. Running always seemed easier, midday or after I'd woken up, after I'd eaten, after I had some designated time to get the run in. Running first thing in the morning, it didn't appeal to me. It seemed more difficult, and I wasn't into it, blah, blah, blah. But now, for 338 days, I've done it every day. There might have been some afternoon runs there, but for the most part, it's been, wake up, I give myself a little bit of time to get the brain working, and then I'd run. And the other day I ran, and it was a little bit later in the day, and I realized it's much harder. It's easier to run first thing in the morning for me on a empty stomach. I drink a bottle of water and a small glass of iced coffee, and by the time I'm done with that, I get on the treadmill. And then that's another thing too I noticed is that the first 5 or 6 minutes, they can be a little bit tedious, and that can be the point that wears on my mind and makes me say, oh, I'm only going to do a mile, or I'm only going to do 15 minutes or 20 minutes. But once I get past that initial trigger, once I get into the action and the motion of it, I can really enjoy the run, and it's just nice. I've definitely accomplished some things. It'll be nice to look back at these videos and see where I've come and where I've been. So hopefully this new business doesn't kill me. But I think that's where I'm at. I'm ready to make the jump. I'm gonna talk to the Luna about it. Check out this spot. The other thing that was kind of interesting is, we had purchased a car. I purchased a car for her, and we were gonna finance. It wasn't a huge amount, but it would have been another bill. Then we had, over the course of like 4 days, we had some issues with this car, and it just didn't seem right, so I decided to return it. And how nice that'll be. This store, she wants a part of it. We're together, and now she's got this money that she was going to use on a car that's going to be a nice little buffer, a nice little reserve. Hopefully we don't have to use it, but what a peace of mind that gives. And things just happen sometimes. They do. So sun's coming back out. Day 338. Hey, what are you doing today? Thanks.